Hi, fans of high-quality entertainment. So this is a updated review on Led Zeppelin's In Through the Outdoor. So the story is, my story from last night is, I usually grab some music from my collection. I go to bed, and with headphones, I listen to music for at least 2-3 hours, sometimes 4 hours. And so I listened to more of the Beatles in mono, the recent CD box set I got. I listened to sides 1 and 2 of the Beatles' White Album, and a couple of other albums. And I will do some kind of review on this once I've taken more of it in. And then I finally got to listen to the second CD in this Donovan in Concert album, and I was really impressed with this. I loved this. So another great Donovan album. And I also listened to my most recent Beach Boys album that just came in yesterday, Surfer Girl. And I already knew some of the songs: Surfer Girl, Catch a Wave, Little Deuce Coupe, In My Room, but that was about it. Anyway, I really enjoyed it. I feel it's a much stronger album than their first two. Every song is at least good, and a lot of them are great. Brian Wilson's production, he's finally really, learning how to produce, and it sounds excellent. So enjoyed that. But I'm laying there after listening to some of that, and I'm thinking, I haven't played any Led Zeppelin in, I wouldn't say a year, but, for quite a while. And so I got out of bed, and I grabbed Presents and In Through the Outdoor. And the first album I played was In Through the Outdoor. And I've just had a new, I don't know if it's because of aging or what, but some albums in my collection that I kind of just think are okay. For instance, Talking Heads' Remain in Light. I liked it, but I wasn't, I didn't love the album, and now I do. And so when I started to listen to this, I had a positive attitude. I really listened to it. And I loved it more than ever. I think it's an excellent album. Even, some people were saying Jimmy Page was kind of out of it at this time and wasn't always in the studio for this album. It was mainly Robert Plant and John Paul Jones. But there is a lot of great guitar work by Jimmy Page on this album. And my only complaint, even now, but it's not as major as it used to be, is Robert Plant's vocals are kind of buried in the mix, even on the the remastered versions, especially on a song like In the Evening. And the other thing, I was thinking this last night, I kind of wish every album ever released had lyrics, just for those that want to read the lyrics, right? Maybe not everybody is interested in lyrics, but back when this came out, it's like I didn't know what he was singing. Like, I couldn't understand half of what he was singing. I feel, and looking on, it's called Rate Your Music, where fans, they just, fans rating the music that they listen to. And this, of all their studio albums, this is in last place. So I feel it's underrated. I also listened to Presents, which I really did enjoy. But of the two, I think I love In Through the Outdoor a bit more. At least at the moment. So here are some reviews of In Through the Outdoor from Rate Your Music. And these are from supposed Led Zeppelin fans. The worst record from their debut to 1979 Zeppelin ever put out, and thankfully the ship was into dry dock after the piss-poor effort. Includes the worst song they ever put on vinyl as well, Hot Dog. Another comment, this is such a far cry from what they sounded like only one half a decade ago. And when I read that, I was thinking, what about the Beatles? You know, if you went from 1964 to 1969, you could say the same thing. You know, because bands, hopefully, through the years, they changed their sound. This is one band that burned out fast. The full star, so 1 star out of 5, the full star is only for the vinyl release with the brown paper bag. Another one. There's nothing interesting on this record. I still can remember All My Love, but it's not a good memory. How about this one? Hate the album. Led Zeppelin messed up releasing this crappy album. The only real good song is Fool in the Rain, and I wouldn't call it a Zeppelin classic. This album should be thrown out of the outdoor. And these are fans, supposedly. I could see them, not liking the album as much as the others, but hate? I've definitely never hated the album, even, when I first bought it. I was just disappointed in it. So going through the track listing in the evening, even though the vocals, I wish, were up a bit in the mix, I love it now. I especially love the oh, I need your love, that part of the song. And then all of the interesting, there's great guitar work by Jimmy Page. And I know that people have said that this is more of a John Paul Jones and Robert Plant album, and Jimmy Page was, having his issues with drugs, I guess. And even John Bonham, of course, with his drinking. But Jimmy Page plays some great guitar throughout this whole album. And I really, like I said, it was the most I've ever enjoyed this album. I think the highlight for me, out of all of the songs that, I liked, Southbound Ceres, or however you pronounce it, that has just gone way up. It's one of my favorite Led Zeppelin songs now. And a song like that would have fit perfectly on Physical Graffiti. Some of these other ones would too. Fool in the Rain, I enjoyed it more than ever. Hot Dog, I've never had a problem with it. I've always really liked it. It's Led Zeppelin having fun. Why can't, every song doesn't have to be Stairway to Heaven or Kashmir. It's just a fun, short track. It's, I think, around 3 minutes long. And there's some, it's maybe a little sloppy with the guitar playing by Jimmy Page, but it's real, and they're having fun. So I always really enjoy it. I'll mispronounce another song, Carouselambra. I enjoyed that more than ever. In the past, I think maybe the last time I heard this, I was starting to appreciate it and the whole album. But just like I said last night, it just hit me. Man, this is a great album. All My Love, I used to kind of struggle with because I used to think it was so cheesy until I read that it was about, Robert Plant's son that sadly passed away when he was very young. And the emotion in the vocals, I really picked up on last night. You can really tell the emotion in his vocals for that song, and it's a great tribute to his son, especially when at one point he says child at the end of one of the lines, and it really kind of got to me. And what I feel, I've loved the song for years. I feel it's the most underrated Led Zeppelin song. Even people that like this album or love this album sometimes don't give this song, I'm Gonna Crawl, it's proper due. The vocals by Robert Plant are some of his best vocals. I love the guitar work, everything about it. And there's some heavy bits in it too. And so yeah, I just have a new appreciation for both of these albums. Even this one, when it came out, I liked it, but it was still kind of disappointing compared to their earlier albums, and now I love this. But I think I love this even more. And at some point, maybe I'll do another Led Zeppelin ranking. I almost wanted to listen to Houses of the Holy. That's another album I like a lot, but I don't love it like other Led Zeppelin fans do. So I need to, once again, take my time and give that another really good listen. So that is it. I would love your thoughts on In Through the Outdoor. Do you love the album like I do? Or do you still think it's not a great album? And same with Presence. Would love your thoughts on that. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Bye.